Hi everyone, how are you? So for this video, we're going to learn all things that we should know regarding the incorporation of a company. Here we are looking at section 9 of the Companies Act 2016. This section requires or specifies the essential requirement of a company that a company shall have. First sekali, bila kita nak tubuhkan syarikat, kita kena ada nama, a name, one or more members, sebab syarat dia kena ada at least seorang ataupun lebih lah members, and you have to specify that member to having limited or unlimited liability as for the obligations of the company. And untuk company yang limited by shares, dia kena ada at least one or more shares. The fourth item here is director. So kena tengok balik, kalau kita nak buka private limited company, the requirement we should have on at least one director. But if we are going to incorporate a public limited company, the requirement it is that we should have at least two directors. So ini basic requirement untuk sebuah company. Now we come to the application for incorporation. Untuk kita punya practice sekarang, application done through online via My COID 2016. So My COID tu referring to Malaysia Corporate Identity. But unfortunately sekarang this portal is under construction, so I tak boleh nak tunjukkan dekat you lah. But then you can just click on this icon, dia akan bawa you kepada manual for this portal. You boleh tengok lah sebenarnya macam mana this portal works. Dan selalunya untuk menggunakan this portal, company secretary yang akan uruskan everything since we need to log in. Okay, so back to our application for incorporation. Kita akan ada seorang ataupun corporate person yang akan initiate the setting up of a company. So the initiator ni kita panggil dia sebagai promoter. The promoter can be individuals, professional or chartered company secretary who incorporate the company as part of their business activity. So sesiapa sahaja boleh jadi promoter. It can be individual, professional, and commonly selalunya promoter ni adalah company secretary yang memang dia punya business adalah buat kerja-kerja yang berkaitan dengan penumbuhan syarikat. Even they already have a ready-made company. Dia dah siap-siap dah tubuhkan company tu. Tinggal masa bila ada orang berkenan yang macam urgent nak tubuhkan company, diorang boleh terus jual that ready-made company kepada orang tu lah. So selalunya promoters will normally start business with private limited company and then only converted to public limited company. Yang ni is common practice. Okay, so kalau kita nak buka company, first thing yang kita kena isi form adalah application for registration of a company. Semua ni ada dekat dalam My COID tu. You tak perlu pun untuk isi hard copy form. Everything will be done online. Okay, dah tahu dah nak kena isi borang-borang berkaitan dengan application. First thing nak kena tahu juga what we need to prepare. Kan, sebelum kita nak apply for something, kita kena ada beberapa dokumen yang akan diperlukan later supaya kita punya application akan jadi lebih smooth. Okay, so here kita tengok dekat section 14. We should have first kali the name of the proposed company. So ada nama, Next, the status whether the company is private or public. Kena betul-betul dah decide lah kita nak buka company yang private ataupun public. The third one, the nature of business of the proposed company. So yang ni logik lah, you nak buka company, you sepatutnya dah tahulah what are you going to do, the nature of the business. Next, the proposed address of the registered office of the proposed company. Kat mana you nak buka your company tu, dia kena ada alamat yang proper. The name, identification, nationality as well as the ordinary place of residence of every person who is to be a member, director or secretary, if any. Untuk setiap seorang member, director and secretary, kalau dah ada lah pada waktu tarikh nak apply tu, dia nak tahu nama, identification, selalunya nombor IC lah, and nationality, as well as the ordinary place of residence, alamat untuk member, director and secretary. Next, kita ada, in the case of a company limited by shares, what you need is the details of class and number of shares to be taken by a member. And on the other hand, kalau kita nak buka company limited by guarantee, we need the information regarding the amount up to which the member undertakes to contribute to the asset of the company in the event of winding up. Sebab company limited by guarantee ni, dia tak ada share capital. So, dia nak tahu, in the case company is winding up, berapa yang setiap member guarantee untuk undertakes to contribute. Last one, any other information as the registrar may require. So, yang kita listkan in this slide ni adalah benda-benda yang sepatutnya dah ready sebelum you nak start buat application through MyCOID. Okay, supaya our application tu will get through smoothly. Kita dah clear dah what we need to prepare before the application. Sekarang kita nak tengok the procedures of incorporation. First and foremost, mula-mula sekali kita akan buat name search and application of name. So pentinglah untuk you cari nama, dan nama tu pun kena apply. Tak boleh like simply I nak buka company, I nak namakan company I bla bla bla. Cannot. You kena tengok dulu kriteria nama yang macam mana yang akan approve, apa nak buat, cara nak cari nama, cara nak reserve nama. After that, dah settle berkenaan the name of company. Next, kita kena lodge application to incorporate the company. Next, dah hantar lodgement of application, we need to pay some incorporation fee, verification of incorporation, and last sekali, lepas dah settle dah incorporate a company, ada beberapa things that we need to do post incorporation. So let's look at the stages one by one in details in next slide. For the first step, we're going to do name search and application of name. A name search must be made to ensure that the proposed name is available. Kita nak buka company, kita dah ada plan dah nak namakan company kita ni apa. But we need to check first whether the name is available. Ada dua cara nak apply for a name. You can go for direct incorporation or you can choose to reserve the name first. Okay. Kalau nak go for direct incorporation, applicant complete the information during the application for the name and incorporation of a company online. Dia terus buat sekaligus. Dia apply untuk nama and also apply untuk tubuhkan syarikat. Terus bayar incorporation fee 1,000. If the proposed name is approved by SSM, application to incorporate the company would be directly sent to the officer to be processed. So yang tu kalau kita nak buat direct incorporation. Commonly, selalunya orang tak go for direct incorporation, dia nak reserve the name first. Okay. Under name reservation, the applicant akan complete the information for the name of the company online juga. Dan dia akan bayar RM50 for each name apply. Selalunya dia akan apply like 2 ataupun 3 nama lah sebagai standby, just in case nama pertama yang kita propose tu tak lepas ataupun dah ada orang ambil kan. So untuk setiap satu nama yang kita nak propose, kena bayar RM50. Incorporation of a company is a separate process. Under name reservation, kita hanya reserve the name sahaja. Incorporation belum buat lagi. Dia dua benda yang berbeza. If the name is approved, the name is reserved for 30 days, sebulan lah kan, or any longer date as allowed by the registrar. Maximum 180 hari. So paling lama pun dia akan reservekan the name for you selama 6 bulan from the date of approval. The applicant then can apply for incorporation dan bayarlah incorporation fee sebanyak RM1,000. So hopefully you boleh bezakan antara direct incorporation dengan name reservation. Direct incorporation terus buat sekaligus. Application for a name as well as incorporation of a company sekaligus. But kalau you nak buat name reservation, first kita akan reserve the name dulu, bayar RM50 untuk setiap satu nama. After nama dah macam approve, SSM dah reserve the name for you, barulah you start the incorporation process. Fee for the incorporation masih lagi sama, which is RM1,000. Okay, now kita nak tengok availability of the name. According to section 26, a name is available if it is not. So bila kita nak buat reservation of name, kita macam alamak, boleh lepas ke tak nama ni. So section 26 kata it's okay, nama yang you propose tu insya-Allah akan lepas. Kalau it is not, so first kali make sure nama yang you pilih tu it is not undesirable or unacceptable. Nama tu tak contain any words of an obscene nature, dia tak ada contrary to public policy, ataupun nama yang you pilih tu not likely to offend any section of the community, and nama tu tak misleading as to the identity, nature, object of a company or in any other manner. Tu satu syarat dia, jangan pilih nama yang undesirable or unacceptable. Second one, syarat dia, make sure the name proposed is not identical to an existing company, corporation or business. Tak naklah nama yang sama dengan company yang dah sedia ada, even business yang dah sedia ada. Tak nak. Third syarat, make sure the proposed name is not identical to a name that is being reserved under this act. Tak boleh sama dengan nama yang orang lain dah reserve. And the fourth one, make sure the name you are proposing is not a name that the minister has directed the registrar not to accept for registration. Dia dah ada bersenarai nama yang memang kementerian dah bagi tahu awal-awal dekat SSM jangan terima kalau ada orang nak apply for company's name yang macam ni. So nama-nama yang macam mana yang memang specifically prohibited by the minister? Name suggesting connection with members of the royal family. You nak buat business, lepas you nak letak nama like ada perkataan like royal, king, queen ataupun prince. Yang tu dia tak nak, dia tak bagi. Name suggesting connection with a state or federal government department, statutory body or etc. Contoh kita nak buka company, lepas tu kat belakang tu you nak letak nama federal, tiba-tiba je. Ataupun you nak letak nama kat belakang tu national. Yang tu tak nak, sebab dia macam ada like menunjukkan yang you ada connection dengan kerajaan ataupun kerajaan negeri. Yang tu pun tak nak. Name suggesting connection with any Asian, Commonwealth or foreign government. Kalau ada perkataan yang menunjukkan connection, macam tiba-tiba je kat belakang tu ada perkataan Asian, UNESCO, yang tu pun is prohibited by the ministry. Name suggesting connection with political party, society, trade union, co-ops. Yang ni memang obvious lah kan. Tiba-tiba je you nak buka nama, lepas tu nak letak pula you punya favourite political parties. Tak boleh. Boleh menunjukkan you punya stand sebenarnya. Or names including the following words. So following words ni, kita tak boleh letak nama company kalau ada perkataan bank, banker, banking, bumiputera, council, foundation. Tiba-tiba ada perkataan made in Malaysia, ada perkataan university. So ada beberapa words yang tak boleh dimasukkan dalam penamaan syarikat tu. Okay? Kalau you nak lebih spesifik, words yang prohibited tu dia dah listkan in your textbook. You boleh refer dekat page 60. Alright, yang ni I listkan beberapa general principle and characteristic of name acceptable for registration. Make sure you use correct spelling and proper grammar. Mix of language is permissible. Boleh campur Malay and English if it is to describe the types of business. Contoh, I nak buka business manufacturing. So, I nak letak nama Basirah Manufacturing Sdn Bhd. Okay. So, Basirah tu nama Melayu ataupun like Arabic. Lepas tu manufacturing tu English, mix. Tapi kenapa nak letak perkataan manufacturing tu? Sebab I nak tunjukkan yang business I tu berkaitan dengan manufacturing. So, permissible. Name which do not resemble elements of religion. So, jangan ada perkataan yang menggambarkan ataupun mencetus sensitiviti agama. Refrain from using words which are too general. Tiba-tiba je buka bisnes yang macam general sangat, tak tahulah apa sebenarnya bisnes yang you nak buat tu kan. Okay, lagi character not exceed 50 characters. Tak boleh lebih 50 patah perkataan. Bukan patah perkataan. Character ni huruf kan. Jangan melebihi 50 huruf. Termasuk perkataan sendirian berhad or berhad or sendirian. Tak nak nama company yang panjang sangat-sangat yang sampai dia punya word, bukan word, character count tu melebihi 50 characters. Not similar or identical to any existing company name. Make sure jangan sama dengan company yang dah sedia ada. Not a trademark or patent name unless written consent from the owner. So, kalau nama yang you propose tu ada berkaitan dengan trademark or patent, macam tiba-tiba you nak buka KFC, KFC tu dah ada kan. So, you nak buka KFC dalam kurungan macang, sebab you nak buka dekat macang. Yang tu sebab dia berkaitan dengan trademark or patent, tak dibenarkan kecuali kita dah dapat consent lah. Macam franchise semua tu dia dah dapat consent from the owner. So boleh lah. Only names of directors who are specified in the application form for incorporation can be used as company name. Kita nak letak nama Yusof Sediram Berhad. So nama orang kena make sure Yusof tu adalah one of you punya director. Tak boleh simply letak nama orang sebagai nama company kecuali orang tu adalah the directors of the company. Not an acronym that can be confused with other association. Tak boleh guna singkatan perkataan macam UITM, UTM, UKM. You mungkin nak buat nama kedai makan saya, KMS. Lepas tu letak KMS Sendirian Berhad. Lepas tu orang akan confuse dengan College Matrikulasi Seremban, KMS. Tak boleh, okay? Kalau nak letak akronim, make sure dia takkan menyebabkan kekeliruan. The meaning of created or coined words must be given. Kalau you pilih nama yang pelik-pelik, macam Mipan Zuzuzu Sendirian Berhad. So, kena bagi tahu apa maksud Mipan tu, Zuzuzu tu apa maksud dia. Or kalau nak combine name kan, nama you and nama of you punya partners, combine name. So, kena explain lah apakah maksud dia sebab tak jelas kan dekat situ. The use of symbols are limited to 5 symbols only. So, boleh menggunakan simbol dan yang bentuk bulat tu, ataupun dot, titik, hyphen yang senggang, bracket, pembuka kata, penutup, buka kurungan dengan tutup kurungan, as well as dengan apostrophe yang tanda macam koma tapi ke atas tu. Okay, 5 sahaja dibenarkan untuk guna simbol. Okay, bila dah pilih nama, dah rasa macam okey lah, I dah decide dah, inilah nama yang I nak propose. Kita akan submit application for availability of name and reservation. So, you boleh tekan dekat sini, dia akan tunjukkan you borang tu macam kena isilah to make sure nama tu available and menunjukkan intention yang kita nak reserve the name. If the registrar is satisfied with the proposed name, registrar shall confirm the availability of the proposed name and reserve the name for a period of 30 days from the date of lodgement. Okay, so kalau registrar rasa macam okay fine, nama ni okay, tak ada masalah, tak ada yang sama dengan before this, tak ada menggunakan perkataan yang tak sepatutnya, okay, the name is available. Kita akan reserve nama ni untuk you dalam masa 30 hari. You nak kena hantar dokumen berkaitan dengan incorporation since nama tu dah settle. Done with the first step, name search. Sekarang kita dah dekat stage yang kedua, lodgement of application. Dokumen yang diperlukan, you boleh tengok dekat sini. Bawah section 14, dia ada requirement dia yang awal-awal ni, apa yang perkena ada, proposed name, status, type of business, address of registered office, business address, details of directors and promoters, as well as the declaration form from the directors or promoters stating that he or she is not an undischarged bankrupt and he or she has not been convicted of any offences, whether in or outside Malaysia. Yang ni yang memang section 14 required. Together with that, ada juga declaration of compliance. Okay, this declaration state that the applicant has complied with all requirement of Companies Act 2016. And ada juga yang incorporation tu memerlukan additional document depending on case lah. Ada yang kalau you guna nama atau you punya corporate body tu diletakkan sebagai member of the company. You punya members tu terdiri daripada corporate body, kena dapatkan copy of consent letter, a copy of certificates of directors qualification, and a consent letter from relevant agency. So yang ni yang additional lah. Selalunya yang wajib yang this one, section 14 tu. Okay, dah lodge document, kena juga top up, bukan top up lah, kena juga bersama-sama dengan incorporation fee. Untuk company limited by shares, incorporation fee adalah 1,000, while for company limited by guarantee, we need to pay 3,000 as for the incorporation fee. Next step, dah hantar dokumen, dah bayar fee, registrar akan verify the incorporation. Okay, if the registrar is very satisfied that all info provided is complete and complied with the required procedures, ROC akan keluarkan a notice of approval and registration. So, notice of registration ni will be a conclusive evidence of a company being incorporated. Itu adalah bukti yang syarikat dah ditubuhkan. Cukup sekadar notice of registration. A certificate of incorporation will only be issued by SSM upon request together with prescribed fee. Kalau dulu kena ada certificate of incorporation, sekarang tak payah, cukup sekadar ada notice of registration. Kalau company nak juga certificate of incorporation, boleh request dengan SSM, tapi kena bayarlah sikit untuk SSM keluarkan. A company is incorporated from the date of incorporation stated in the notice of registration. So, you boleh bermula ikut tarikh penubuhan yang ada dalam notice of registration. And company is considered as a legal person separated from its member. A company will continue in existence until being removed from the register, and company has all the powers of a body corporate. So once incorporated, dah dapat dah notice of registration, semua karakteristik of a company tu dah terpakai lah. Dia adalah legal person, dia akan continuous going concern sampai bila-bila sehinggalah dia dibuang ataupun strike off from the register, and company ada powers of a body corporate. The last procedures here is post-incorporation. Okay, settle dah everything, dah dapat verification from registrar, you dah dapat the notice of registration. Sekarang apa yang company perlu buat? Dia kena appoint a company secretary within 30 days after incorporation. Okay, kalau company nak, it can file the constitutions. Kita dah belajar dah, constitutions is not mandatory unless you are incorporating a company limited by guarantee. Kalau company limited by shares, nak ada constitution boleh, tak nak pun tak apa. Once incorporated, the company is advised to obtain the necessary license, permit, or approval from the relevant authorities before commencing businesses. Even though kita dah dapat kebenaran, dah dapat notice of registration from SSM, it is recommended for company to obtain lesen or permit yang lain daripada authorities yang berkenaan sebelum memulakan perniagaan. Memanglah kita dah berdaftar secara sah, tapi mungkin nak kena dapatkan lesen dulu or permit. So make sure benda tu dah done lah sebelum you commence your business. This one is regarding the first board meeting. Selalunya selepas dah settle everything, dia akan panggil all the directors untuk mesyuarat kali pertama lah kan. Okay. Benda-benda yang selalunya didiscuss masa meeting ni mungkin tak sama between companies lain-lain, but commonly they deal with matters regarding the appointment of a chairperson, details of the formation of the company, registered office and initial directors, disclosure by the directors of any interest in contracts of the company, appointment of the company's auditor, company's accounting reference date, as well as the details of the company's initial share capital and the register of members. Okay, all this while yang I tunjukkan tadi tu, ada 5 step tu adalah procedures for incorporation untuk company secara general. Okay, selalunya yang tu adalah practice kalau kita nak incorporate private company. How about if we are going to incorporate a public company? Okay, so here is your task untuk go around, buat sedikit research, cari information apa yang procedures yang diperlukan kalau kita nak incorporate a public company dekat Malaysia. Alright, so cari sedikit information, then you boleh like fill in the info. Sama tak prosedur dia macam yang kita dah discuss 5 step tadi, ataupun ada benda yang tambahan. So information berkaitan incorporation of public company, I nak you masukkan dalam this slide. Okay, alright. The second task for today is you juga perlu cari information or buat sedikit research, boleh Google around apakah prosedur yang diperlukan kalau kita nak tubuhkan foreign company in Malaysia. Okay, the slide before tu incorporation of public company, prosedur dia. So in this slide masukkan prosedur macam mana kalau kita nak incorporate foreign company. Okay, masukkan dalam slide ni. Alright, so we come to the end of this chapter. I extract out few questions yang berkaitan dengan incorporation. Kita ada 3 semester, Disember 2019. Dia minta you outline 4 categories of companies name prohibited by the directions of the minister. 4 kategori nama yang memang prohibited by minister. June 2019, 4 particulars to be provided in the MyCOID 2016 portal. Apa particulars yang perlu masuk as required by section 14 with regard to the application for registration of a company? And question June 2018, state 2 conclusive evidence that a notice of registration served. Okay, so you boleh try untuk jawab this chapter's tutorial. And if you need me to check on your answers, feel free to do so. Alright, okay, that's all for this chapter. Thank you.